Hello and welcome. I am the average goob. And today we're going to be working on Rise of the Intern. I need to start prototyping stuff because if I want this game to be a video game, you have to have mechanics. Apparently, you can't just make a game design document and then everything works out. So, here we are. Welcome in, Stellar Frog, SiriBot. Thank you for joining and leaving. Jerk. I'm just kidding. SiriBot should help us. And welcome in, Ooga Booga. Don't goobs. Don't use my stare emote against me. Also, today's gonna be a short stream. Nobody raid me. uh, let's see.
So you're gonna actually start working Godot today?
I have been working in Godot. I have a test player and everything. um, with code. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna be just looking at some 2D stuff, see what we got going on. Again, this is my second game in Godot, so I'm going to be referring to docs, I'm going to be looking at tutorials, I'm going to be probably using AI to help debug in case nobody's around. But yeah, just going to utilize the tools I have and go from there. It was really easy to make top-down movement for a boat. It'll be different doing this way, so we'll see. Welcome in, Spot Monk. Thank you for joining us today. Okay. Go ahead. I do need to actually implement my left click. Do click. We're gonna map this to the left mouse button. Bro, I experienced my first sleep paralysis just tonight. Oh shit.
No
I was
thanks.
just talking about sleep paralysis today and how it's been a long time since I've experienced it. Which was odd because it didn't start until 30 minutes of being awake. Yeah, that's how it happens. Like you're awake, but your body hasn't got that signal yet. So you're opening up the mind for the demons. No, your brain is just, yeah, it's kind of a phenomena. I grew up with sleep paralysis and it ain't a joke. I don't care what anybody says. It is scary.
I don't think anybody says it's a joke.
I'm pretty sure there are people who don't believe that sleep paralysis is a thing. Somebody who's never experienced it. I mean, Ooga Booga probably thought it was a joke until they experienced it just now.
That'd be so I'm so scared of the possibility of sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to learn how to lucid dream and then I heard that it can cause sleep paralysis and I was like, nope. No thanks. I just won't lucid dream. I got a knot in my thread and I can't get it out.
No.
My hand is cramping.
Usually supposed to happen seconds you wake up though. Not always, no. Sometimes you'll be awake before you realize you're in sleep paralysis too. But I mean, yeah, 30 minutes after being awake. Were you just like laying in bed awake and then like you couldn't move all of a sudden kind of a feeling? Maybe that was the dream was that you thought you were awake. You were moving and everything? No, that doesn't make sense then. What happened? Now I'm intrigued. What? Were you, hold on, was it a dream that you woke up? And then you were like back in bed? Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like paralysis, not sleep paralysis. Right, yeah, if you're up and moving, that's something else. Right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about sleep paralysis other than it's scary.
I mean, could it have been like a daydream experience? Because it usually happens while you're still in REM sleep. I don't know, man. All right, now you've opened up something extra terrifying.
It's a sign we should not watch that movie.
No, we're watching Skinamarink.
We watch it in the daytime.
You woke up from a nightmare, and then after a bit, I saw something in my vision, and then I become paralyzed.
Maybe you didn't actually wake up.
Yeah,
You just dreamt that you woke up.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like maybe you dreamt you woke up. Like if you were out of bed and moving around, and then all of a sudden, like I don't know if that's sleep paralysis because you have to be in REM sleep, I think, for that to happen. Um, yeah, that's actually kind of scary. All right, so input direction, input dot get vector, yup. Velocity equals input direction times speed. Oh, okay. That's how they recommend doing it. I figured. Let's just make sure. You actually tried screaming and somehow jerked yourself out of it? See, that's what makes, like, that means you're probably still asleep, right? Because that is intense.
It sounds really scary.
Yeah. A Gorgon, though. Can you imagine? Thank you for the hydrate, Ooga Booga. Appreciate that. Hmm. That's good. Sometimes when I get really stressed out, I'll like think I see like movement out of the side of my eye and stuff, but I've never experienced a paralysis after it. All right. I don't want asteroid style. That's it. That's movement. Okay. Cool. That is all they give me for movement.
That's all you need.
But what if I want like better movement?
Too bad.
I don't like moving like a ship, moving like this. See, this all seems like old code. Oh, I guess this is to update frames and stuff. Action strength. Interesting. Trying to figure out some logic on your game. You've been stuck on it for a few hours. Oh no, Spot Monk. What are you working on? Goob was total. Wait, hold on. I was still sitting up when it ended, so like, who knows? You were in bed sitting up? See, this may have warped your time. Like you might have still been asleep. It may not have been 30 minutes. You may have dreamt it was. I don't know. But then you say Goob was totally my sleep paralysis demon. I don't believe that. That would be scary. Like somebody you see or know. Just I've never had a sleep paralysis. Like I've never seen it. It's always been a feeling or like I can't move. I'm pinned down. Something happens, or I've heard like slamming on my door, running through the hallway, but never have I seen anything. Now, don't blame me. You're building your slot machine game. You're trying to calculate what's adjacent to slot items. You could set it up as a grid, and you can just scan through the grid, maybe each position. So if it's a slot machine, you've got 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then you just like scan each one, and then when you scan it, I mean, you could just do it based on position, or you can do like 3 separate arrays and compare the arrays.
It's got to be possible.
Yeah. If they're physical objects, you could do like a collision mask and see what they're colliding with. Trying to figure out where to store the adjacent one. Just make a new array of items that are adjacent if you're storing them. Oh, you're trying to figure out where to store it? Do you have which ones are adjacent though? We don't want steering behavior. And this is in the physics process. Is that what they recommended here? Yeah. Character body 2D. Okay. I think I put them in item nodes and then for each one process them. I think talking this out has helped. Really? Already? That's amazing. Well, hopefully it works. Cause yeah, I would like put them into a different array of which ones are interacting, like which ones are next to each other. $11 months ago. Jump velocity? Ah, the move toward. Does it show me what his movement looks like?
You hear me hitting my mic with my hand?
No, I'm too focused.
Okay, hopefully you can't hear it.
Been thinking about it for hours, so it wasn't going to be much longer, right? Sometimes when I spend like an hour trying to work through something, I give myself a break from it.
Yeah, because your brain will still be working on it, like in the background subconsciously.
Yeah. I'm trying to do like acceleration and deceleration. So like I don't really know how to do this. That's not how you spell acceleration. Is it just one E? Didn't look right. Just lerp the speed. It's my second time. You know what? I blew through my other game, all right? So, what do you mean lerp the speed? I gotta remember these things. Go to the speed. Let's go to the docs.
Lerp speed sounds made up.
It does. It does sound made up. It's linear interpolation. As a result of linear interpolation between this vector and 2 amount by weight. Okay. You're just going to slowly increase and decrease the value to the point you want over a period of time. All right, so that's why you have to add weight to it. This is what I did for my ship movement. But I want it to be like smooth, so I don't want it to take forever to slow down, obviously. I just want it to be a little bit smoother. So would you lerp the velocity?
The thread keeps falling out of my needle. It's driving me crazy. I still have so much more left to do.
Slurp.
Turkey Slurpee.
I don't think that did anything. Would I comment this out? Nope. No, I probably won't do tween. I definitely want to have like some physics movement and stuff. That's right. It's kind of what I want the game to look like. Let's see. So lerp in the process function. That's what I'm doing. So I'm calling the get movement here. And so I'm taking the direction, which is the input. So then I want velocity equals direction times speed. How do I lerp that? Yeah, so I'm looking for. Lerp. So do I have to move the position? Oh, sorry. It does not seem like you can do that. Yeah, it's only like YouTube, Godot, and stuff like that. What? Wait, you're arc.net? You're using Arc? How you liking that browser? I got your link though, thank you. Hey, Okapi fan, I'm pretty bored at the moment. To cheer me up a bit, would you be willing to tell me what you're working on? Yes, Okapi fan. I'm glad you asked. It's given me a perfect mental break. I am working on my game, Rise of the Intern. So I'm finally working on it, prototyping. I got one thing checked off my list, which is initializing the Godot workspace. But it's my 2D RPG survivors like game. Survivors like RPG. I don't know if you've been around while I was designing out the document, but I have quite a bit done. This is a 35-minute document, according to the reading stats here. Yeah, reading time 35 minutes, 14 seconds. Yeah, like a survivors, like vampire survivors and stuff. So I've got a couple things. I've got this mood board here. And it's going to be set in the corporate world. So instead of plants or bats or ghosts or anything like this, they're going to be like corporate and office themed things. But it's going to be kind of RPG styled. So you're going to have character leveling, you're going to have different armor, there's going to be collectibles, uh inventory, so a little bit of crafting. But yeah, so I'm really starting on it. Like you're here at like the ground level. And so today I want to work on the base character movement and just try to figure this out. How are you doing? Board can lead to some interesting events, so I'm glad you chose to come here. All right, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna pull up my old project because I think I need to apply this lerp to the position, but it doesn't make much sense. Awesome progress. Thank you. I'm really trying. Oh, okay. So I can set it here. Velocity equals velocity alert. That's what I was gonna say. It didn't feel like it was moving it. What did I have? What was that extra code? Direction times movement speed. Gotcha. All right, we'll do move speed. Why did I just delete all that? Oh, where'd he go? All right, I think the weight might be too much or something is too much.
Something is too much.
0.2. Hey, way too much weight. I fixed some missing walls in my fan game today and looked how Pokemon's developed by screen looked for reference. After that, my motivation was 0. So I finished a manga. After that, I came here. That sounds eventful.
I finished one. My hand hurts. Seems pretty sturdy.
Yeah, you just have one more to do.
My hand hurts. I don't wanna.
All right, so now I'm gonna work on getting this feeling good. But before I do that, I'm gonna create just some stuff for the level. Oh wait, I don't even need to do this. Way too much weight is what my doctor said. That's what my doctor said to me
Oh.
too. It just happens. You don't even know how it happens. It just happens. Whoa, why did it? What? Wait, what? Why? What happened? How did it get so big?
That's what she's. What's going on there?
I duplicated this and it. I don't know. Oh my gosh. It keeps growing. Oh, and I did a bit of self-improvised yoga while reading. Wait a second. You did yoga while reading. That's impressive.
Multitasking.
I can barely do yoga.
I need to start doing yoga again. I kind of just forgot about it. At first, I was like, I don't really feel like it. And then I forgot completely.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I did yoga for like a year one time. It was great. And then it wasn't.
I mean, it's nice. It's nice to do yoga. I'm too lazy. Need a measuring tape.
All right. So I can have some stuff on the screen. Got impressed how flexible you got. Yeah, you know what? On the opposite of that, Okabe fan, I realized how flexible I'm not. I was putting on my socks the other day and I'm like, oh my god, I need to work on these hip flexors. And so like I laid on the floor and stretched for like 30 minutes.
Is that what you were doing? That's
Yeah.
how why you were on the floor.
Oh my god, my hip is so tight, and like it kind of hurt when I moved it, like crossing my legs, and I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it was a little scary.
I came out of the bathroom and he was just laying on the floor.
All right.
He's not joking.
Did you make a blue sky, by the way? I see Twitter in your panels. But I'm trying to move away from there. Oh yeah, there's a blue sky in my panels as well. Yeah, if you go to my channel, there's a blue sky link right under YouTube. So yeah, I made a blue sky account. She thought you were just going through something. Welcome in, Deli One.
I don't know. I was like, what is he doing down there?
You know what? She's like, this just keeps happening. I'll just let him be.
Just let him work through whatever he's working through.
That's
I want
funny.
to play games. I don't want to do this right.
Oh, you found it. Yeah. I think it's like a custom link too. It's uh it's at the.averagegoob.com. I can put it in here for anybody else that wants it to. I was looking for it. It's my blue sky.
Blue Sky's getting pretty popular the last week.
What?
I said Blue Sky has been getting pretty
Oh.
popular in the
You
last
said
week.
this guy. I'm like, which guy?
This guy right there.
Thank you. Thank you for the follow.
So you are getting popular.
I'm just a guy.
I'm just a goob.
I don't have any collision. I need to add some collision to these guys. Maybe I should actually do that. Yeah. Oh. What has one thumb and likes working with wood? This guy. Really? Really? You like working with wood?
Phrasing.
Well, hold on a second. You said one thumb. Hold on a second, Spot Monk. What happened to your other thumb? You have like 5 thumbs. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I've got two.
Always wanted to do woodworking, but it's too scary.
It is scary.
You could use like hand tools though. You don't have to use like the scary power tools. So I could if I really wanted to.
We Don't worry. This is not how my level's actually going to look. I just need some testing grounds. I love following devs. I'm just too curious about other awesome projects. That's what I do too. I follow a bunch of people who are doing dev work because it's always interesting. You never know what is going to happen on those. Uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem.
What happened?
Apparently I have to make a new rectangle shape for each one of these. But yeah, I like that's where I get most of my inspiration from. Indie devs are so creative. The only problem I have with indie devs are that they don't finish their projects. So I sit there following a really cool project for 10 years and then it just never gets released and I'm sad. That's the only downfall, but I do believe some indie game devs will finish their project. And don't follow me then? Okay, Spot Monk. Sorry for calling you out. I feel attacked. How dare you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was attacking myself too. It was collaborative attack on all of us at the same time.
That's not very nice.
What? Hold up. There we go. All right. Oh, I have to do the collision layers. Let me follow. Let me follow back here to the chat. I have an angel hollow. What? But only on Mondays to Sundays? Wait, what do you mean? Hand tools, I always stab myself. In the opposite hand I'm tooling with. Yeah, I can't do like woodworking or anything like that. I can barely put furniture together without getting a little frustrated, so I try to limit myself on craft projects. That's why I do stuff in 3D, 2D space on a screen.
Can't smash your thumb with a hammer.
It's safer
The
that
hammer isn't real.
it's safer that way. Thank you for the follow. Hee hee. I appreciate it. Hee hee. Is that a 0-0? Or an 0-0? Enjoy your 2 cents. Okapi given back to the stream with the ad watch. Built a computer a few weeks ago. I put my literal blood, sweat, and tears into it. Spot Monk. That's accurate.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, I was just talking about how like I've grown over the years in like my patience, and I'm proud of that. Years ago, I was trying to swap out parts in a PC, and I couldn't. I was trying to. It was just RAM, but it was beneath the graphics card, and I was like yanking at the graphics card. It was not coming out. Apparently, just like the RAM, it had one of those little levers you had to push, and then it pops out. I think older me would have busted it trying to open it. But I was getting frustrated, and I definitely had to step away for a second. And then Stellar Frog helped me, and then she couldn't figure it out, and then we realized it was just needs to be snapped out of place.
Well, you were trying to do it without taking. You were trying to swap out something underneath the RAM, and you were trying to do
Oh
it without taking the RAM out. I was like, just take the RAM out.
no, it was the NVMe drive. It was underneath it. It was underneath the graphics card. But yeah, it was so
Or was it the graphics card you were trying to avoid taking out?
yeah.
Is that what it was?
Because it was like I think it was this one. It was like the RTX 3070 or something, or 40 something. Oh, hey. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Okapi fan, for the hydrate. I literally just did it. We got a stretch. Oh. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I heard that.
Oh, that was a deep one.
That was a big pop. Call you Big Papa.
Oh, yeah. Get that stretch in there.
I'll call you Big Gooba.
Big booba.
Gooba.
Okay. First ad's about a drag and drop website. Let me guess. Wix. Second's about some kind of war game. Let me guess. War Thunder. Third one's about the same website one. Oh, original. Fourth is about Guys Dio. What? Wrong audience. You're like, none of these are me. Oh, a little neck stretch in there.
I'm almost done. My hand really hurts a lot. Oh, I have another thing to sew on I forgot about, so I'm not almost done, actually. Sad.
Oh. Whew. Thank you for that. I'm actually going to turn on the fan.
It's a little warm in here.
Okay. It's hot in here. Oh, all right. How did I go about naming these? Use my other project for reference here. We got tiles, player, enemy, bullets, loot shadows. Okay. So we want tiles, player, enemy, effects. We'll go with that for now. Okay. Spot Monk. Meant to ask you. I was gonna wait for ads, but what kind of PC did you build? If you don't mind. Like I've never built an AMD, full disclosure. I've only done NVIDIA Intel builds. So I've never used the Radeon or whatever, the other graphics card. Oh, it's an anti-smelly spray? I have anti-smelly spray on. Refuse to drag and drop websites since you can just program your own. Yeah, same. I like drag and drop builders though, right? It makes it a little bit more easy as a designer. You don't play war themed games. The world's already depressing. Fair. And you're not a guy, which they should know by how many cookies I accept. You know what? Twitch is trying their best, okay? Honestly, after looking at my YouTube stats, I think Twitch is just guessing that my viewers are guys, because I think 97% of them are uh, older males.
Get that 25 to 35 demographic.
Yeah. So I wouldn't take too much offense to it. That's not a rectangle. It's a fucking line.
It's a really skinny rectangle.
Is a line a skinny rectangle?
Well, a true line is only two-dimensional.
Huh.
2 points connected for free with Education Connection.
Clever.
Thank you.
I don't think these need masks. They're not actively checking. Deli says, I built mine AMD Radeon 4 years ago on a budget. That's the thing I need to learn is budget. It's done just about everything you've wanted to with no problems. That's nice. Deli, what do you do? Do you do game design, dev, like audio, 3D? What you got running on a setup like that? Because I've thought about doing like a budget build for my next computer and just doing like what's good and not what's just hyped up, like a RTX 5080 Ti or something. It's just a waste of money. Why show ads that will just make me annoyed? Yeah, right? Things that are you're gonna just like, why would I want this? And you just click away from it.
I always get like fast food ads.
Well, listen, that's
I
anybody
wonder
can eat
why.
fast food. It's I don't know why.
I wonder why. I wonder why on our internet we would get that.
Right? They should at least try. Well, a coffee fan, you have to just put in chat what you like doing, and you'll start getting those ads. You upgraded your processor and RAM and board. Ooh, I'm scared of the 13th, 14th gen Intel. Yeah, I think I have 10th gen right now. For Prime Day, you got an AMD 7950. 32 gigs of DDR5. That's what's up. I think I've got like 64. Let me see. How do I check my computer? System information? Uh 13th gen. I've got the 13th gen i7. Y'all. And I've got 64 gigs of RAM. I think it's DDR5. It sucked because I had DDR4 loaded up already for my other PC, and when I got this new motherboard, it's like, no, it doesn't work. So I had to change it. A 3060 Ti? Okay. Godot literally says what I'm running. What is this? RTX 4070. Collision, player. You exist on the player layer. Check for tiles and check for enemies. Close the title out. So technically this collision should already work. It should just work. That did not. Dang it. Do you mostly game dev on an M1 Mac Mini? Really? I was considering a Mac Mini just because they're so cheap.
You were just talking about that the other day.
Yeah, my Mac Pro is starting to bog down for some reason. My old 2016 one is I gave it to my brother and it's still working to this day just fine. But my 2019 Mac Pro is just can't even do my normal day job stuff. And I just do web dev. I have a browser open. It's really frustrating.
It's not built to last anymore. Nothing's built to last anymore.
It was the last Intel one too, so I'm wondering if they like manufactured obsolescence in those things, knowing they're going to transform it into the
Probably.
M1 or whatever.
I mean, that's kind of Apple's business model.
It's so frustrating. Hmm. Careful with that 13th gen. Make sure you update your BIOS on the board. Yeah, no, I make sure I update. Legion, the Legion system has a notifier, like if any security updates or anything like that, it notifies me and it allows me to update it. It's actually it's surprising. Like the BIOS for the Legion, it's so modern. I was not used to it when I had to boot it up. All right, why is my collision not working? Oh. I'm not gonna do line 2D collision. Let's see, Godot, up down, Godot, 2D, top down, collision. Your old PC is pretty good, except your graphics card, you had to buy it inside the crypto hype. Dang, that sucks. So you overpaid for probably a subpar or a used one, unfortunately. Mainly just play games until a few months ago, but I've done some simple 3D rendering. It was just as good as you can expect out of a single graphics card. Okay. That's good to know. Now you're learning game development and Godot for fun. Well, hey, welcome in. Join us for the ride. I'm learning slowly over time, and I'm gonna have to keep relearning. Normally, I learn a game engine by doing a bunch of game jams, but this one I'm doing long-term projects so that I can kind of learn it. Okay, here we go. I knew there was gonna be something in the dogs. Things I like: chicken nuggies, cola, cozy games, awesome streamers like the average goof. Thank you. Animals, game development, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, makeup, other lesbians. You don't like yourself? You gotta love yourself first. Cherry Blossom, 3D modeling, hope, and dreams. Those are the things that Okapi fan likes. Twitch, and if you don't give her better targeted ads, she's gonna leave. And Google, whoever else just heard me. You get a 3080 from your employer for like 800 bucks. That's what's up. And you sold it for 2K. That's really what's up. And you got yourself a 3060 Ti and a MacBook Air. Okay. That sounds like old school trading, and I wish that existed more. I used to trade Pokemon cards for food, the things you need. Now imagine trading up that much. That's impressive. Hey, Deli. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Pump Chompin'. That was a thing we came up with for one of my other games. AverageGameStudio.com games. And Key of the Board Warrior. So this was made in Game Maker, but this is my first hand-drawn game. But the walking animation was called Pump Chumpin'. Oh no, wait, that was like his, yeah, and then Sprunting was sprinting. It was a goofy game. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But the other game that I made recently, the last one in Godot, the first game in Godot, last game I made was Archimist. And that's actually what I was referencing this one right here. So I just made this one, and the movement is kind of similar, so I was like, oh, I'll just get that. Anyways, I don't want to get too distracted. That's not what we're working on.
Done.
Hey.
Looks kind of shitty, but that's okay.
All right.
Doesn't need to look good.
Remember how we were talking about my costume and everybody was like, oh, the halo. This is what Stellar Frog's working on. This is for her costume. You might think we're going to be a devil and an angel. You'd be wrong.
It's not. It's not it.
Not it.
It's not it.
Not it. Hey, Stop Himmel. Welcome in. Salutations. You're doing the 20 game challenge currently as a way to learn. What's the 20 game challenge? For Godot? Oh. Wow, okay. I should be doing no tutorials are allowed. That's amazing. I hate that. Okay, cool. You know what? Deli, this is awesome. This is actually a really good idea. Anybody that's looking out to start making games and stuff, learning a new game engine even, I think learning a new game engine, like if you already know how to make games, this would be even better. Because not using tutorials and stuff is very difficult.
My fingies hurt.
Time to stretch your fingies. That hairband looks amazing. She just sewed the horns onto it.
Yeah. The horns were originally sewn onto the costume, but it like fit in a weird way. So I had to cut the horns off and put them on a headband. Worth it? No. I should have hot glued it. Why did I sew it? I don't know.
Okay, I'm bookmarking this. I'm gonna do this challenge on my own. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, Okapi fan. That Archimus was the one that you did the fan art for. The 3D ship. Which look exactly like my player ship.
And so fast too.
It was so fast,
If
yeah.
I remember correctly.
Within like 30 minutes or something.
It's like, here you go. A whole pirate ship.
Been thinking I may need to do the Godot tutorials to learn. I'm just slowly slogging along. It's funny, I was just talking about that. Yeah, I think 100% do some tutorials. Let me find that one that I was doing on Udemy. This one actually got me started pretty well. This one's great. So I know it's a survivor's game, but like it taught me the game engine. It taught me a little bit of code. Maybe not the right code or whatever, but whatever. It got me at least started. However, I don't know why my collisions aren't working.
You'll figure it out. Have you've done like collision mapping before, right? In Godot
yeah,
or Archimist?
that's what I'm saying. Like normally I just created the sprite, I added an area 2D, and I create a collision shape. But I'm seeing if I missed a step maybe. Do I have move and collide, right? Move and slide. Is there a move and collide? Oh my gosh, there is a move and collide. Oh, it didn't like that. It's expecting something. Motion vector? What are the built-in move and I think slide should work. Yeah, move and slide's what I want. That's what I thought. Like I don't want to stop when I collide. I want to slide. Is this not attached maybe? Yeah, it is. It's attached. Oh, hold up. Ignore me.
Oh, oh, how did that happen? Oh, it's
Not
upside
good.
down. Well, you don't want needles
Oh,
all over the floor?
no, thank you. Oh, that did not work, just in case anybody was wondering.
What'd you do?
It took you 2 hours to make that? Oh, dang, there's no way. It felt like 30 minutes.
You were in the zone.
Yeah. I added a collision to the player.
It didn't work.
No. They exist on the player. Okay. And their area, the wall is on tiles. They check for tiles and enemies. Dang. You're pretty flexible on the rule. You do tutorials on individual mechanics, not the full games. Yeah, I think that's important. You don't want to be making other people's games, but I think understanding how to make the individual mechanics is good. Oh. Move and slide is correct. Started with Bracky's Godot 2D platformer. Yeah, I haven't even done YouTube tutorials other than like some of the stuff I've done on stream. Most of my Godot learning has been on stream. I figure I'd share with everybody else while I'm doing it. Why not? I'm not like a pro at this. Is there?
Could I add stuffing to this? I could. I could do it.
Might make it look better.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
It would look better?
Well, it'd be like stiff though.
Well, I wouldn't, like, stuff it
Yeah,
completely.
yeah. I think
Why
then
would...
adding a little bit would be fine.
I've got a 5-pound bag of stuffing here. I might as well use it.
You're upgrading the ship now? Oh, that'd be cool to make a little 3D ship game. Okay, what am I doing wrong? I swear these are set up correctly. Do I need to check for the player? No, he just disappeared. Make sure your collision masks match. That they do, that's what I'm saying, right? So like the sprite, it exists on the tile, so the layer's collision, right? It doesn't need to search for anything. The player is looking for tiles and enemies. Let me go ahead and duplicate my enemy over here. Oh. Can I not? What is that? Why are all these over here? What? What is going on? I'm so confused. Flow to the idea of doing something similar, learning and developing on stream. It helps me stick to it. Like, I don't think I would be working on stuff as much as I do if I didn't do it on stream. Why are all of those like this? This isn't gonna matter. No, that's different. I don't have to worry about it. Did I duplicate them and they all have the same reference point? Yeah, that's what it seems like. I don't I don't know why it won't. Yeah, I don't know. Move node here. I don't know. It's so weird. Position. Why is it moving the anchor points there? It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter, right? They're all over the place. Why? Should I just restart?
Maybe you should look up a video on a tutorial on how to do collision.
I'm looking up resources on it. There's nothing. There's nothing. And I'm not looking for code. I'm just looking for the setup. And everything that I look up is all a year ago and it's all 3.5 and all this stuff. This is the problem with how fast game engines move along. Everything becomes out of date. Also, I'm not grouping my scenes either, so. This guy didn't even do collision. He just did overlapping areas. This guy's doing 3D. I typed in 2D. Google, what are you doing to the search? Fucking use the keywords I put in. That's all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I sure hope you've been low-key pro since I've been gone to eat. No. Nope. Oh, I see a collision. Collision shape 2D. Static body. Collision shape. Then you just set what you want. It just works. It just works. That's how it works. It just works.
You okay?
I'm going insane right now. Like, I've set it up exactly how I've set it up in this other one. I'm not listening to the ice cream song again. There's 500 songs on this playlist, and I got that song twice. Gotta go to the store with the wife. Catch you later. All right, Spot Monk. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your time. You left off pretty early into the Brackies one. Yeah, stop. That's what happened to my Survivors one. All right. Let's see. My player exists on there and checking for tiles, enemies, and effects. Okay. My tile map. I think I had to set those separately. Let me see what the treasure, a loot chest. There we go. Nothing. It's got an area 2D, which exists on the loot, and it checks for the player. That's because these aren't solid. What about the enemies? Initial enemies. They exist on enemy and they check everything. I didn't set up anything different. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna package one of these enemies and see. Scenes, testing. Enemy. These ones. Okay, I'm not worried anymore. Not worrying at all. Okay, how can I reset my reference points? Position. Position? Scale? Position. Okay. Let's reset this. Let's create a new one. Okay. Okay. Let's drop my enemy in. Let's move him. I'm going to test it now. It didn't work. We're going to go back to the enemy. We're going to check where it exists. What the heck? There it is. What? No, don't give away the costume. Hang on. Okay, go. Yeah. All right. Checking for player and tile. And it lives on the enemy layer. Definitely all of those things. Why? Oh. No, there's no way it's because it's just a sprite. Um, no, this should work just fine. Area 2D, static body. No, because I need it. I just need it to be, I guess technically a static would be fine. Let's do Godot 2D collision on sprite 2D. Huh. This is kind of scary that it's just not working like it did when I first made it. Oh my gosh, imagine not naming your layers. They're just dots. I get called out. Thank you, Ooga Booga, for the posture check. It'll come to you in 2 days in the shower. I know, right? But that's the thing. Like, I'm not doing anything different than any of these other videos. I'm not doing anything different. That's what doesn't make sense to me right now. I've set it up exactly the way I've set it up before. I've only made one game, but you would think. I mean, I'm just happy I've got the movement working already in like 4 lines of code. What? You just walk across again. Go now. Hurry. Run. Yes. It takes me half a second to click the icon. They ain't gonna see you. They don't know what costume you're wearing. They're never gonna know. uh... Okay. So the enemy. I'm gonna duplicate this. Yeah, that works good. Okay. All right. What if... Wait a second. What if I make it the other way around? Can I not change this top level one? Hang on. Let me unpack this. Make local. Okay. Damn it. That would be funny. All right, I can report swapping around did not matter. It's on the enemy. Just checking for enemy. It exists on the player. Oh. Hey, welcome in, Raiders. Setolix with the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome. You came in right as I'm frustrated. Anyone that doesn't know who Seto is, huge fan of Seto. Seto's a nice person. They're kind of a robot or an AI. I don't really know. We'll get down to it eventually, but they're really cool. They stream game dev and game design stuff too, and they use Unity, so it's interesting for me. Hey, Fanny Slam, RGB Productions Games, welcome in. Das Razier, welcome. It's Goobin time. Hey, Sonic, what's up? 32. It is a nice number, eh? We're gonna goob. Seto would not shut up. Sorry, I'm here now. Oh, Seto bot. I thought you were talking about yourself. Welcome in, Raiders. Came to goob around. Okay, I'm down for that. Remember how we didn't want someone to raid you? I did say don't raid me, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll take a raid. It's a shorter stream today, but people can watch me. Oh crap, I accidentally hit raid. Hold on. Oh my gosh, Seto. I almost just raided you. I meant to give you a shout out. It's the same thing. Sorry. I'm working through a very frustrating bug right now. That would have been funny. No, I realized it. So anyone that's not following Seto, go ahead and give them a follow. Check them out. Uno reverse card. That would have been funny if I was actually going to be raiding you, but no, sorry. We're back. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm the average goob. I'm working on a game in Godot called Rise of the Intern. It is a 2D survivors-like RPG. I swear I'm working on it. I made this amazing game design document that happens to be, you read it right, 35 minutes long. And so now I'm starting on the project finally. But I just started using Godot for my games. I do have a website, averagegamestudio.com, where I have a list of all the games that I've made that are published. This doesn't include the 60 other projects that I started and decided the one mechanic wasn't going to be good enough for a video game. But yeah, we got a couple games in here, and this new one's going to be kind of riffing off of the corporate world that I'm creating. So I got Quiet Quitter and Key the Board Warrior. Both these games are my own art. So I learned digital art this year, and I'm making it my journey to make a really cool game. So I'm attempting that now. Do you want a rubber ducky an issue? I've been trying. I would love to. So what I'm doing right now is working on collision. I'm just doing a little test scene. So I've got enemies and I've got my player, and I'm just working on the most basic thing, which is collision. And would you believe it? The collision's not working. It worked in my other game, so I've got Alchemist pulled up for like just kind of what am I doing here? And I checked it. I've checked the collisions. Not working. So welcome in Deflux. Fifth function. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry I missed that while I was spieling. But yeah, very nice art. Thank you. I'm working on it. Yes, Okapi, I would love some cheer up. Let me permit you. You got 60 seconds. Off the rails Stetch. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. What do we got here? Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, copy fan, thank you. This was the original fan art for Alchemist. This was my character's 2D ship turned into 3D. Thank you. Off the rails tech. Oh, my bad. My bad. Thank you, off the rails. Mind if I call you off the rails? Sorry about that. Thank you for the follow. And fifth function, we got some bat juice for your hydrate. Thank you very much. If not layers and masks, maybe ZY axis. All right, so off the rails tech. All right, RGB, I got it. I'm dyslexic, so like sometimes it comes through, sometimes you'll never know. I saw that, the flag in the cannon, that's so good. Just don't call him late for dinner. All right. You don't know why you sent it? Well, because you were defending them. It's okay. There's somebody in the game dev community who calls me the average gob, and I've tried to correct it through text, but he's like, spelling it out the same way doesn't help. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You got me there. Or the Verge Goob. Yes, exactly. All right, let me share what I have here. So the player test, I have a sprite with a collision shape for the player. And the player exists on the player layer, as you would as a player, and it's checking the tiles and the enemy for collision. And we've got the collision shape just overlaying the player. And the enemy is very simple. This is also not working with the walls, just in case you're wondering. So the enemy is just a sprite with an area 2D and a collision shape, as you can see. And the area 2D exists on the enemy layer. Let me make sure the player is checking the enemy layer. The enemy is existing on the enemy layer. Do I have these mixed up? Because if I have them mixed up, maybe that's what the issue is. But yeah, the enemy checks for the player and tiles. No, it's not rigid body. It's just a sprite. Am I not allowed to do that with a sprite? I thought, because like, I thought I could just use a sprite and put a collision mask on it. Does that not work? Off the rails is fine. I don't mind calling you off the rails tech. I love the name. How is it being with the Knappy? Well, I started spelling correctly, so no worries there. We don't have to worry about the corporation. Think you need a rigid body for a collision shape? There's no way. What if I put the tech back on the rails? Then it would be tech on rails. It'd be Ruby. All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna unpack this enemy here, make it local. We will add a rigid body 2D. And then I'm going to drag, hold on, this there and this there. What does it give? What's it complaining about? Is this node has no shape? No, I don't want rigid bodies. I don't want it to fall. I don't want it to fall. It has no shape. So I tried just doing a collision. So I tried doing this. Let's move all this out of here. I tried doing. So I tried just doing this area with the collision shape. I swear if this works. Okay. So this didn't work either. A character body, then a child of collision shape. Does it have to be a character body? I can do that. We can do that. It has no shape. Okay. All right, we're trying the character body. This is gonna work. Why does this work, but I can't do it with just a sprite? Thank you for that. Does your player have an area 2D or rigid body? Yeah, the player is a character body, but like, what if I want to do an object in the level that's not? Does everything have to be a character body? Body shaming that node? It's got no shape. Oh, that's too funny. Huh. For the walls, you would need it to be a rigid body, a static. Oh, rigid body solid, area 2D is not. So area 2D is for overlapping. Oh, you guys are amazing. Seto, thank you so much for raiding in with these intelligent beings. I appreciate that. All right, so what you're saying, is I need to convert all of these to rigid body 2D? No. What is it? Static. Oh, static. And then I put this there. Oh, okay. And mind you, everyone, again, Archimus, this game right here was my first game. And I was using tiles, and I'll probably use tiles to do the level design. But I was using tiles, and that was easy. Collision was easy there. But the only other things that the player was colliding with were character bodies. So the enemy ships and the shadows. So I had no idea that you couldn't just do that. Thank you. If I had points, I'd give them to you. I can give you a little cheer emote. No, that's fine, off the rails. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Good luck with your stream. I might have to come check you out. See what they stream. What do they do? Oh, Godot app. That's okay. All right, well, that's interesting. Not me dropping them a follow. What? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, thank you guys. You've solved my problem. So I'm gonna test this with the this wall here. So now I'm just making it's not an area 2D. So these are static bodies? Oh my gosh, it works! Like a seal. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is huge. So, okay, so I'm gonna try the right wall. I just did this as an area 2D, and that it just accepts. So there's no collision, it just accepts. Oh, this is sick. Static bodies. Oh my gosh. This is why other people are important in your life. You try doing stuff on your own, you're only going to try what you know, right? And you can ask anybody that's been in here all day, well, all hour and a half. I was looking stuff up on how to do this. I had videos. I didn't realize that this was different. It definitely says static body 2D. You just stretch the stare emote? No! Leave it alone. It's funny just how powerful perspective is, right? And like I thought I knew what I was doing, but I don't, right? Because they have like these different sprites all up in here. But then they just put a static body and then they added the collision shapes. So I think technically I just learned another thing that I could put all these walls out there and then I could just make the collision shapes around those walls inside of the one static body and cut down on the number of items here. That's awesome. Okay, well, I think that solves this. I think the player is stuck now, which is good. Look at that. So they would have been going through the enemies left and right. But now I know how to make bird enemies, right? I learned what not to do, which in turn teaches me what to do. So I'm going to go in here and delete this enemy test. And then do enemy char test. These are all just for testing. I was just trying to get some rough code going. Close that. All right, cool. Let me actually, that's interesting that it saved its position. Very interesting. Whoa! Hey! Hey, Granger Devs, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Wow, all this love today. I feel terrible that I'm gonna have to end in like 30 minutes. Just full transparency. But anybody that doesn't know, I'm gonna do a shout out this time instead of a raid. Shout out Granger Devs. Anybody that doesn't know who Granger is, they just started streaming recently and they work in Unity as well, much like Seto. And they're working on some pretty cool projects. Granger, what were you working on today? I know you're bouncing between a couple projects, which is more than I can say for myself. But how you doing? And you missed it, Granger. Seto raided in, and then I was trying to do a shout out, but I was like overwhelmed already, and then all of a sudden nervous because I got the raid, right? And I did /raid Seto because that's the only command I ever use. And it had like 8 seconds left on it. And I was like, oh crap. You're working on Void Echo. Oh, that game looks so good, dude. You got the model fully working, really. Looking if you can optimize it a bit so it work in game engines. Well, Okapi fan, if you get your boat model working for Godot, I'll enable my 3D tab and learn how to make a little 3D scene with it. No lie. I think I can edit that. Where is it? Manage editor features. Look at that. I can turn the 3D editor on. Just for you. Ah, oh, beautiful. We've got movement. So I need to work on it so it doesn't feel as muddy. Lovely. All right. Do oh, built another inventory system? Are you just rubbing it in now? I've been learning some resources today because I gotta make an inventory. You got the animation for the new player controls working for networking. Okay. Oh. Can I do some acceleration? Hmm. Okay, maybe the acceleration is not what I was thinking. I want it to slow down, but not as bad. I want it to ramp up. Like, I want some acceleration. Okay. Seems to be a memory leak in the UI builder. Oh no! Oh shit. That's not good. I hope you reported that to Unity so they can get on that. That's scary. Yeah, if it was your PC, that's even scarier. At least you know that it's the game engine. And more specifically, the UI builder. Can I do... I don't really know how to do acceleration. So can I do direction, min, move speed? No. Acceleration, move speed? Okay, you filed a bug report. Yeah, that would be scary. Little leakage going on. Oh, crashed it. Oh, I can't do that with a float. Okay. I'll just see what happens here. Oh, look how
Today,
fast the player's going.
is it moving?
One pixel at a time.
Today went by so fast.
I know, what happened to today?
It's almost 8:30. What the heck?
Nice splash title screen. Thank you, Sonic. You want to see it again? It's not done yet, but to give you kind of an idea, it's going to be like a computer screen. So we'll have like the icons. This is like your first computer as an intern, and it'll have like I was thinking maybe as you progress, you'll get new icons and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of like a desktop. And I'll work on it. This is just to get me started. I was using it as an excuse to just start the game. And I was working on like buttons and stuff for it. But thank you. What? Goob stand? For 15 minutes?
It's time to stand. It's time to rise like the intern. Did your mic just hit your nose?
I am here. Thank you, Stellar Frog, for the standing redeem.
You're welcome.
Your PC blue screen the other day midstream because of the memory leak. Oh shit. That sucks, Seto. So you can't work on UI stuff? You have Easter eggs there. I'm hoping. There's nothing in this game yet. What you see is what we have, but I've got a 35-minute game design document that says it's going to be a cool game. I'm just going one thing at a time right now. I'm learning how to do the movement that I want to achieve, and I'm hoping to get there. But I need to figure out what acceleration is. Look into basic physics. Thank you. The only options to use a VM right now. Ooh, that's true. That would be annoying, actually. Crashing a stream is kind of catastrophic. Yeah. And it sucks because like when your stream crashes, you lose viewers that are like, are they coming back? Some people don't wait. So it's like then you got to revamp everything back up, and if you're close to ending, now you have to go even longer because you're like, wow, now, just started the stream. Just gonna keep Task Manager open. No, that sucks. In my case, people having month-long streaks, I don't want to break them with a full reboot. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Does that ruin it? If the stream ends without you ending it? Can that ruin people's streaks or something? Almost all your viewers are lurkers, so it's not an issue. Fifth function. That's a legitimate answer to that. Like, when I was having like 4 people in stream, I was like, oh, that's not a big deal. If I have to go offline or whatever, it's fine. But then people started rating me, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to make them look bad. So then it's like, you get kind of scared about your stream crashing. So I'm like constantly monitoring it. Sometimes it'll say like my bit rate's terrible, but it's like 6K or something. I'm like, why do this to me? Okay, this isn't helping me. Build some tool to check on it. I mean, honestly, with people reporting it, I'm sure Seto has reported it too, hopefully, and Granger's reported it. And if they've done it, I'm sure other people have done it, so I'm hoping they'll hop right on that, because that's scary. Did Godot forums just change just now? I feel like this is different. What is that? Cat Nodders. Oh, Dan Nodders. That's funny. Your stream fully ends, not just the oh shit screen. I'm pretty sure it counts. Interesting. Yeah, for you, you're terrified even if a couple people leaving. Yeah, you're always nervous about growth. Well, that Seto, you do it full time though, or like that's your main gig too. So that means people leaving because of a crash out of your control. It just feels like helpless and stuff, and then it's important to you. So like I get that. Like that feeling sucks. Just like having a client fire you because they hired somebody in house. You're like, I guess I'm not freelancing anymore. Yeah, it's that powerlessness. It's like it's out of your control. What do you do? There's nothing you can do. So, Unity, fix your shit. And you ported everything to Unity 6, right? Like you can't use an old version to run your project for now. Powerlessness does surround us, Seto. Yeah. Like right now, I'm at the I'm at the hands of random foreign people. I just want my character to have acceleration, but I don't really understand it. And none of these make sense. Like I feel like it's got to be easier than just setting an acceleration and like adding to it. And if you're at there, then you stop. Like this, that doesn't make sense. And clean up the model so I'm gonna fix it next time completely. Can't wait to see it. That's pretty cool. A copy. That's cool that you revisit it and you were able to make modifications so quickly. Internet had a bad habit of being outer net for a while. Can't even say why it stopped. That's so weird. Yeah, we had a hurricane come through and internet was down for like days, but for other people it was like for a week. No power and everything. I don't know what I would have done with myself. Probably made friends with my books. Got a whole bookshelf back there. A little Godot guy.
We're doing Blackrock Depths.
Tonight?
There is a little update. It didn't take too long, but it wasn't instant either.
Okay. Tried GPT? Yeah. Yeah, I have. You want to see what it gave me? It told me to set my own acceleration. It told me to set my own acceleration and velocity. And then it said to pass the velocity, and so it doesn't even understand it. Yes. Yeah, I've tried. That's why I'm Googling it now. And like, I think the move toward is probably the direction to go, but I'm gonna have to workshop it. Trying to see if somebody else did it. Yeah, that's coded from scratch. But like the thing is though, is velocity is already built into this character body. And so I've got some things that I can work with and that I don't have to set. But also like I'm new to this, so it's also kind of a learning experience for me. And like to me, this seems like overkill. Setting your position X and Y and then modifying it. I got movement in like 4 lines of code, right? I could do this. I could do that. Get rid of this. Uh, the max speed, acceleration. I have to pass in delta. Character's not moving at all. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to definitely mess with it. I do want the lerping. I do need to figure out acceleration. Welcome back, Granger. Let's see. Make sure my character's still running around. Okay. I just like deleted everything about him. My default process. Step 1, I want X as a feature. Someone probably already made it. Let's look for a plugin tool snippet. Why is this specific edge case of my project not working? There are 2 options. I can look inside the code and edit or make it from scratch. Fine, I'll do it myself. That's exactly what keeps happening to me. So it's like, I feel like this isn't that hard. But like they're doing theirs not in a physics process, so that's why it's just confusing. But I have to get going, everyone. That's going to be it for me today. It was a shorter stream, but I'll be back on Friday with a longer stream, hopefully. And we'll be doing some more game dev. I have a lot to work on, as you can see. We figured out the static rigid body stuff, so all that was great. Thank you all for that. That was awesome. But yeah, if you like what you see, the process and building stuff from scratch, that's what I'm gonna be doing here, probably for the next year. So thank you all for hanging out. We're gonna go raid Finn is Fine. They are working on something in Unreal Engine. So I'm kind of curious about what they got going on there. But let's go share some support and love over there. Give another game dev a little bit of love, and I will see you all on Friday. No, Stuff. Thank you, Okapi fan. Thank you for being here. Seto, I appreciate you again. Thank you for the raid. Granger, thanks for hanging out and for the raid today. Until Friday, I hope you have a great rest of your evening and rest of your week. I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Bye.